everyone, welcome to Top of the Round Paradigm. My name is Kenan. I am the GM for this campaign. With me we have...
Hi, I'm Nikki and I play Clover.
Hi, I'm Jordash and I play Varian.
Oh, hey, Toter Tots. It's us. And this time, we're all sick, so it's gonna be great. Are you ready? Thank you, Raymond and Mama Mac, for episode reviews. Thank you, Schmilster Drew, for the episode rating on last week's episode. And thank you, Benny and Gail, for your delightful, amazing comments on Spotify. If you would like to leave us delightful, amazing comments on Spotify, or Podchaser, or Apple Podcasts, or wherever your heart desires, do that so we can shout you out and hopefully not sound like this.
If you would like to directly send us delightful comments, join our Discord, and you can do that by clicking on the link in the show notes.
If you can't get enough of us when we sound healthy, head over to patreon.com/topoftheround and listen to hours and hours of delightful bonus content where we don't sound like this.
Well, we can't guarantee that we're mentally healthy, but physically so, yeah. Thank you, Blaze Angel, for joining Patreon, and welcome. We're so glad to have you. We have a finale coming up on March. Right.
On March.
March 19th, it's coming. So you should join the Discord so you can come listen with us do it, or we will be sad and cry and be unhealthy.
If you would like to send us meds or something, we have a P.O. Box at P.O. Box 603, Circle Pines, Minnesota, zip code 55014. Address it to White Raven Studios. Send us medication, please.
Hey everyone, it's Sock. If you'd like to support your local Fae Life, head over to Toter Podcast and click on that merch. All proceeds go to support your local Fae and help them live their best lives.
Hashtag FayLife.
Choose the Fae Life.
If you don't want to get the plague, make sure you check the show notes for our trigger warnings. Let's head over to Justin to see what happened last time.
Thanks, Kenan. This is Justin with Justin. Varian seems to have made good friends with his new Phaland companion, who is very protective and warding away other woodland creatures, because only they can be friends with Varian. And Clover wakes up and Sock comforts her, and it seems like there were some Archon that tried to join but got turned away. I have an exclusive interview now with one of the Archon. Excuse me, sir. Sir.
What?
Is it true that you tried to camp over there but were scared away? Turned away? What happened?
Yeah, we were looking for a place to camp, and we figured it would be easiest if we just left that group alone.
I think that you'll probably be, just from overhearing some of their conversations, that you'll be much safer wherever you end up.
That's the goal.
Speaking of, while you're out here, I know it's hard to survive in the wilderness, but would you be interested in buying some greeting cards?
How would purchasing greeting cards help us survive?
You could read them and give them to each other, and they'd warm your spirits.
It is important to keep morale high. Sure, I'll buy a couple.
Really? Okay, I have a bunch here. Hold on, I have a big box. This might take a while. Kenan, I have to make a sale. Back to you.
Thanks, Justin. Good luck with that. Our story continues now. We left off with Clover being calmed by a little fey raccoon, and Varian standing there letting it happen because the raccoon was on his shoulder.
Okay. So, do you want to keep traveling now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sock, we're going to keep traveling.
Alright.
Do you want to stay here? This is your area, right?
I don't have an area.
We're heading to Grace.
Okay.
There's going to be Archon there.
Gross.
So it's probably in your best interest to stay here where there aren't Archons.
Some of them are nice, though.
I have yet to meet an Archon. That was nice. Did you know that they're the leading cause of death?
For Faye.
Did you... I mean, they think the same thing about you guys, though.
That we are the leading cause of death? How?
Because you attack and stuff.
Well, only if we're sick.
Well, then don't get sick.
Trying not to.
I hope you don't. We have to go. We
Okay.
have to meet people, so,
What kind of people?
like,
Archon?
they're nice, Archon, though.
Don't believe you.
They're my brothers, so they're nice.
Your brothers with Archon?
My brothers with Archon. What?
You are
My brothers.
brothers
Hi.
with Archon.
I'm not a brother, I'm a sister, but I have brothers that are Archon, yeah.
I told you wouldn't like it. So it's probably best you stay here.
I'm just really confused why she's brothers with the Archon.
They weren't Archon when they were her brothers first.
I didn't know this until a while ago. So,
It's usually how things in the past work.
yeah, just so you're aware,
Well, best of luck. Hope they don't kill you.
things are calming me down. I don't really know you very well, but I appreciate it.
I don't know you at all. But you're welcome.
Thanks.
Take care, Sock, and try not to get sick.
Doing my best.
We'll keep doing whatever you're doing, because it seems to be working.
So far.
Varian will kneel down so Sock can hop off.
Sock hops off.
Varian will get back up and head over towards his bike.
Clover pats his head. Sock, that is.
Well, maybe I'll see you around after you're done with your business.
I'd like that.
He gives you a little salute.
Clover tries to imitate the motion.
And he just sits and watches you guys get ready to leave.
Okay, Clover wanders over towards Varian and gets on the bike with all her stuff.
Varian's on the bike waiting. He'll look over at Sock and give a little salute and then turn on the bike. And we'll start riding towards Grace.
Okay.
I feel like Sokka's Kennan's gift to the listeners, like, this might be terrible and traumatic, but here's a cute raccoon that's gonna bother Varian.
It's balanced like everything should be.
For 1.1 episodes.
Now we get into the full trauma. No more emotional support song.
There go the training wheels. Alright, let's go.
Clover is really quiet.
Right, as you travel down the road, getting closer and closer to Grace. Roll perception checks.
21.
31.
Why are you so mad at a 21?
Because it was a 2.
Start with Clover, because obviously you see less. You see 5 humanoids in full leathers up in a tree. Varian.
Yeah.
Upon a further inspection of said group in a tree, you realize that they are impaled by branches.
Oh.
That's a weird place to camp.
Then I'm camping. Varian will slow down
Okay.
and pull over and look at them.
Roll perception checks.
34.
31 again.
Start with Varian. You see that the blood dripping down the branches disappears before it hits the bottom. Clover, you see little gaps in the bark sucking up the blood.
This might sound weird, but I think the tree might have been thirsty.
Is that where the blood's going? Probably attack them because they're all gone.
Tree,
No response.
hello.
It's probably a fae.
Well,
We should probably keep going.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Varian will continue writing. And he'll say, Sock will probably be happy.
Why?
When they showed up, I told them to leave and find camp somewhere else.
They did that.
And then Sock was whispering in my ear to murder them all. He does not like Archon.
I mean, he is a fae, so
It is the leading cause of death among the fae.
it's understandable coming from his viewpoint. He was really nice to me for, no reason.
You did nothing to wrong him or the fae.
Clover falls quiet again and yawns.
Varian will keep writing and let her somewhat rest. Because I know she wants to rest more. She just is stubborn and doesn't want to have bad dreams again.
Alright, you continue to ride. It's now about 8 o'clock in the morning. Sun has risen, though it is low. Clover,
Yeah.
roll a fortitude save.
Yeah. 40? 19 plus 21 is 40, right?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
40.
That was the DC.
Wait, for real?
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay. I'm not used to winning.
Alright, you fine.
Okay. I don't fall asleep is what you're saying.
No, I said you're fine.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Got it. Clover does lean on your back, Varian, but is not asleep.
Would you like to converse or continue to ride?
Clover has a lot on her mind.
Varian's gonna continue to ride.
Alright. Ride for another few hours. You will have passed a few travelers if you would want to stop.
What kind of travelers?
People on foot, just walking.
General peasants.
Definitely a few peasants. A couple more well-dressed individuals.
We'll rob them on the way.
No, we will not.
Take all their money. No, we'll keep writing unless there's a reason to stop or they look familiar or something. But if it's just strangers, can't trust strangers. Gotta keep going.
Stranger danger. Right, so you ignore all the people and keep riding.
Clover makes herself an apple or two at some point during the journey and eats them.
Alright. Yeah, do that. About 2 o'clock, you roll perception checks.
22.
38.
Clover, you don't see anything
Yeah.
as you are rested up against Varian. Varian, you see a medium-sized group of humans in black leathers in a formation of about 4 rows with 5 people in each row walking down the path about 600 feet in front of you.
Archon, I'm assuming?
You can assume that, yes.
It's about 20 Archon. Think we should pull off-road and go around them? That group of probably Archon up there.
Clover blinks around Varian's shoulder.
You see a group of black-leathered individuals.
How is my emotional state?
Fine.
Is anything missing?
Nope.
Do any of them look familiar?
We're getting closer, rapidly approaching.
Nope.
Yeah, let's just ride around him.
What's the ground look like on either side?
It is getting more shrubbery. Not quite tree cover, but it's getting definitely more foliage.
So that'd be trickier to go around.
Mm-hmm.
Varian will slow down and pull off to the side a bit and try and just go around them as we approach the group.
Alrighty. As you approach the group, roll perception checks.
30.
90-20. So 39.
You see a few of them nod in your direction. A few wave,
but they'll continue to march down the road.
Clover waves awkwardly.
Varian doesn't because he has his hands on the steering.
Distracted driving is not something we do here.
Don't wave and drive.
Alright, you pass them.
Get back on the road.
Okay.
And continue.
And continue. Alright. How zoomies are you going?
Relatively fast. Not like full throttle, but maybe 70, 75%.
Okay.
I assume the faster I go, the faster the battery drains, so go slower. Not full pedal to the metal.
You see about a half a mile away, the path you're on goes into a forest.
Is this the forest you were talking about?
That's the one.
The one that you were stuck in for 2 months?
Apparently so.
Does the path continue, or does it just go into the forest and it just stops being a path?
Continues.
Okay. Okay, well, just keep going. Get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Into the forest we go.
Right?
Over the meadow and through the woods.
Going to Grandma's house.
Yeah, you have a grandma, right, Clover?
I have no idea.
Not that she is aware of.
By my math, you should have 2 grandmothers, Clover. Whether you've met them or not.
As you enter the woods, it is a lot more shaded. Temp drops about 10 degrees. Road gets a bit more windy as it goes through the forest. And I'll need both of you to roll perception checks.
32.
32.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That doesn't happen a lot.
No.
Ken only has to describe one thing once.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Alright, you guys continue to drive.
We missed whatever it was. That's great. Okay. Clover is full lean on Varian's back again. What time of day is it?
It's about 4.
Okay. And what's the weather like? Is it snowy?
It's tree.
It's very tree-y.
Before we entered the woods, what was the weather like?
Overcast-ish. It's still pretty sunny. It's just a lot of cloud cover.
So now it's even more overcast.
Yes, now with the tree cover, it's very shaded.
Okay.
As you hit the 12-hour mark, Clover, roll a fortitude save.
27.
You shall receive 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah. Okay.
You sound like you need to rest.
I don't want to sleep.
You're gonna need to before we get there again.
Don't want to sleep.
But you need to. There's a difference.
I don't care.
You know, if we get there and you're like this, your brothers are just gonna make you sleep too, right?
You're not wrong.
Do you want me to try and push on till the sun goes down, or should we pull over now?
Keep going.
Alright, we'll keep going for now.
You keep winding through the forest road. Roll a perception check. Both of you. Does a 39 hit your ACs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not critically, though.
Oh, it criticals me.
Clover, you'll take 32 bludgeoning damage. Varian, you'll take 16. As a tree branch swings down and hits you both off the bike.
Okay. What the hell?
Varian!
What the hell? Varian will look at the tree that branched them.
The tree that branched. You roll a perception check.
29.
Just see trees.
Why?
We need to get out of this forest.
Yeah, well, we need to get back to the bike. I'm assuming the bike rolled ahead a bit and fell over.
Yep.
Okay. Clover, stay behind me. Let's get back on the bike and keep moving. We're not here to hurt anything, Faye. We're just passing through.
17.
Critically fails.
Fails.
Alright. See another branch swing down from the side of the road and hits in between the both of you.
Clover grabs her stuff and moves towards the bike. I don't know how far it is.
How far are we from the bike?
About 30 feet.
Come on, Clover, quickly. Varian will rush to the bike to get it upright.
I just corporate towards the bike.
Okay. Guys, reach said bike.
Get it upright and hop back on. Power it on and try and zoomies.
Okay.
Full fast ahead.
Full fast ahead.
As you get it back on and try to do the zoomies, it will try one more time to prevent that. Hopefully I don't roll as bad as I did. I rolled a little bit better, but not good enough. So that's a 19.
No.
Nope. Still critically fails. So I want something to happen to it.
Just fails.
I
Right.
want its branch to fall off now.
It swings down and you are able to start the bike and start its zoomies process, and it swings where you were and not where you are.
Good.
And as you zoomies away, you hear a very loud cracking as if many trees are falling over.
I am forward and fasting ahead.
I look back.
Roll a perception check.
It's hard to zoom ahead and looking back.
25.
You see a tree in the middle of the road,
Giving chase.
and the bark on the central trunk seems to be splintering, and there's a greenish goop spilling out of it.
It's sick. Clover tightens her arms around Varian.
I don't know why that tree's trying to attack
It's
us.
sick.
That makes sense. Sock said they lose themselves when they get sick.
Go faster.
I'm already going faster.
You go as fast as the road
Allows.
allows.
Yeah. Where we can still safely... Well, Varian can still safely maneuver that fast.
Okay.
He's going to be alert and looking at the trees on either side as we're going, and be aware of suspicious branch movement that is not natural.
Okay. Roll perception checks
Me too.
if you want.
36.
36.
I'm clung to Varian. I don't think I'm noticing.
Okay. Varian, as you zoomies past for a brief moment, you see a shrub that's darker than the shrubs around it, digging at the ground with claws made out of branches.
Right. The sickness is in this forest, probably. How big is it, you said? Can we get through it on the bike without stopping?
How big is what?
The forest.
As a citizen of the Grace Typhoon's Landing, how big would I know that this forest is?
It is a very large forest. It is not 2 months long large, but it is a very large forest.
If I was talking in a very quick zooming motorcycle bike, how long would it be?
Following the road,
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours.
It's like 6 to 8 hours probably on the bike.
And how long have we been on?
About 3.
So we're probably close to halfway through. So we shouldn't stop.
No.
Okay. Varian will keep pushing through and be alert of his surroundings so he can dodge things if any other feral fae pop into the road.
Okay. You continue on the road for another 3 hours. Don't see any more sickness.
That's good.
As you round one of the turns, you lose both your loneliness and despair as a stone bridge comes into view.
I think we're almost there.
Clover is very tense on your back, even though her loneliness and despair are gone. Fear ain't around.
Good. Alright, so we make it through the woods towards the stone bridge.
You see a heavily armored despair leaning up against one of the edges of the bridge.
Varian will, once we emerge from the woods, pull the bike over off the side of the road somewhere and pop out the battery.
Alright, you roll a perception check.
38.
As you pop out the battery, you notice it's about 1/3 lit up.
Gotta charge it up somehow.
Clover is going to take the Nash note out of her pocket and hand it to Varian.
Okay.
Can you tell me what this says?
Yeah. Varian will put the battery in his bag and then reach out and take the note.
You take the note.
I open it and I look at it with my eyes and I use that information to process what is written on it.
It says that bastard will get what he deserves.
With a smiley face.
Well, it says that bastard will get what he deserves. And there's a little smiley face there. Varian will hand the note back to her.
She pockets it, and how far is to spare?
Depends where you stop the bike.
I just described wherever off-road I could park it to be out of the way. So where is that cannon? Ha! Put it back on you.
About 15 feet away.
So we're about 15 feet away.
Is there another shadow?
Not one you see.
Clover is going to put her hood up and tie her staff like on her bag and then jog towards Porter.
Varian will walk.
Hello. You're a bit early.
Oh, yeah, a little.
I drive fast. Varian will say, approaching. Also, we are being chased by Fae.
There, yeah. That was happening.
I think they were sick. It was a tree.
Well, I'm glad you guys are okay.
Where's Nash?
He's here.
Nash, are we too early, or I don't understand?
What do you mean you don't understand?
I mean, it's not a bad thing to be early, right?
No, especially because you need to rest again.
No, I don't.
You got hit by a tree, and you didn't sleep through the night last night.
Clover, don't you think it's a bit unwise to do this unrested?
I told you he would agree with me.
I can't sleep though, he's in my dreams.
Who's in your dreams?
Clover looks at the ground.
Perth.
Are they really in your dreams, or is it your subconscious?
I know it's not your thing, but we could pray for a restful sleep.
But what if I can't fall asleep? And if I fall asleep out here, I might be on fire, which probably isn't good because we're really close to Grace and people are going to see it.
Well, then we can pray for that too.
What's Varian doing?
Varian's just amused and watching.
I mean, if you think it'll help, it's helped before. Sometimes.
Don't forget the form Fiatat.
Oh, I mean, I prayed on the way down the stairs at repentance, and I think that the witness heard me anyway. So I don't think you actually need to kneel.
You don't.
Oh. Okay.
It just helps with concentration if you're new. Do it.
No, very new. So, before, what, do we have a plan? Are we talking about the after I sleep? And then you should know about Beck and Silas, too.
Let's make a plan after you sleep, so you can focus.
So I have to pray first and then sleep, and then we're making a plan. And I'm telling you about Silas and Beck?
Sure.
Nash, do you agree?
You feel a pat on your bicep.
Varian,
Yes,
what do you think?
I think you need to sleep.
Where, though?
Varian will look around. What's around us?
Ahead of you is the bridge to Grace.
Bridge.
We don't know.
I know.
Behind you is the forest.
Well, the forest is full of Fae.
And on either side is the separation of land, and there is ocean below.
There's probably a lot of foot traffic at this bridge, so we probably shouldn't stay here.
But what if we go into town and I explode somewhere?
Then part of Grace explodes.
I don't know where else to go. I'm rather recognizable to people who know. And Silas hangs out in the streets with his thugs.
I mean, we could go to the edge of the forest and just keep watch over you.
But what if I explode the forest?
Then it probably deserved it.
There's 3 of us.
You should be fine in the forest.
And also, if you pray like they said, maybe it will stop you from exploding.
Okay. I'll follow then. I guess.
Clover is rubbing her face, for she is tired and very done and does not want to be here and is very worried and has lots of emotions except for despair and loneliness.
You know what I'm hearing? I'm just hearing that you need a nap.
She does need a nap.
Alright, so the group heads into the forest.
The gang goes camping.
Alright, you trek through the forest a little bit until there is a clearing enough for Clover to sleep.
Okay. Is this good enough?
I'd assume so. I don't think your brothers need to sleep, or do you?
We can go quite a while without resting.
Okay.
Here we go. Clover is going to kneel and clasp her hands together and close her eyes tightly shut.
Dear Abraxas, please let me sleep without bad dreams so that I can sleep well and kill Perthwell, because he deserves it. And then help everyone be okay and no one to find us. And I also don't want to explode the forest. Okay, bye.
Alright, good job.
Thanks. And then Clover is going to yawn and stand and half side hug Porter and then pat around into the air until she finds Nash.
Alright, you pat around until Nash finds you.
Okay, and then half hug Nash and then wander into the clearing and hesitantly settle down for a nappy poo, even though Clover does not wish to nappy poo.
Alrighty. You settle in. Roll a religion check.
19.
Okay.
Which is impressive because it's a +3.
Alrighty. You pass out fairly quickly as you are exhausted. Varian,
Yeah.
what you doing?
After she settles in, I'll turn towards Porter, since he's the one I can see.
Have you two been waiting long?
A few hours.
So traveling through the shadow plane is a bit quicker.
I didn't come straight here, but yes, it is.
Where'd you go before this?
Nash needed to go back to Gehenna, and I accompanied him.
Must be nice to get around that quickly.
It is.
Do you think there's other apostles here still? In Grace? Fia mentioned that hate comes here often.
Well, fear knows hate the best. They would know. I don't know if she's still here, but she might be.
Do you think she'd be willing to help?
Depends on her mood.
Do either of you, or do you know of her, get along well with Agony?
Hate and agony?
Hate and Agony, or potentially you and Agony?
No.
You don't get along with her at all? Does anyone get along with her?
I mean, we get along as much as we can, professionally, but I would say no. Agony doesn't have friends or anyone that likes to be in their company other than Sivath.
Right. Well, I need help retrieving her without her killing me.
Retrieving her.
I may or may not have stranded her in the ethereal plane. I sort of need to get her out before she damages the plane too much. But I don't know if I can without her killing me.
Given you, it's very doubtful. I'm surprised you're still alive to begin with.
Yeah. I have questions for them, but they're not very talkative. but I feel they're the only ones that can answer them.
Well, we have a bit while Clover sleeps. Could take me.
That's dangerous. Right now, time moves differently in the ethereal plane. We could spend a few minutes there, and it could be hours here. If you'll recall, when I left in Ethos, I was gone only 20 minutes, from my perspective.
We just have to move quickly and leave with or without her once we needed to.
Will Nash be okay here alone, guarding Clover?
You feel a friendly punch on your arm.
I think that means yes. Well, you died, right?
I have, yes.
It might not be a pleasant trip for you, then. It wasn't for fear. He wasn't even able to move.
Well, then this might be a very quick trip.
I suppose. Though if I bring agony back here, it might be a lot worse. Human grace.
I'm sure the bridge means nothing to Agony.
This is a really terrible plan.
Well, we can go see how well you handle it and then come right back. Or if you can handle it, we just need to give ourselves a time limit. Maybe 15, 20 minutes tops. If we can't find her and bring her back to where we cross over, then we need to abandon and return.
Deal.
Alright, Nash, keep an eye out. We'll be back.
Aaron will walk over and put his hand on Porter's shoulder.
Okay.
It'll be faster if you willingly allow me to take you.
It just mean meta-wise.
That's kind of the idea.
Alright. Let's go.
Varian's gonna pull Porter into the ethereal plane.
Okay. As you get to the ethereal plane, roll a perception check.
The whole place is on fire. 34?
You see Porter collapse to the ground, and his helmet falls off, and you see his neck has just been completely crushed, and his head is basically being held on by skin.
Varian will immediately lean over, grab his helmet, and put his hand on Porter, and bring us back to the material plane.
As you do that, you also see, because I was not done,
Okay.
the lighthouse that you are ever so familiar with is missing the upper half of it. Many of the buildings tall enough to see where you are currently located are in ruin. And you port her back.
Cool. It's only been a couple hours for her, maybe. Time goes a lot slower there. How much trouble could she have caused in this short window of time?
Yes.
In a few days of your time.
Well, yeah, because you said that it's been hundreds of years
Yeah.
that the thing's been closed and that souls haven't come through, but I only thought it was a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
So by that perspective, a couple days shouldn't have been more than a few hours.
Yep.
Alright, so we portal back.
You portal back, and Porter pushes himself off the ground and pops his neck a couple times.
Varian will hand him his helmet back.
That was unpleasant.
Yeah, that's what I feared would happen. The ethereal plane seems to enhance the cause of death.
Sorry, I'm not going to be much help to you. then at least getting her.
It seems she's already caused a lot of damage. I don't know if I can wait. If I should try and go on my own.
I could see if I could. Never mind, the witness won't like that.
Like what?
If I pulled Kane or Ambrose away from their duties as well. Neither of them have died yet.
So Hate has died then?
Hate is definitely dead, yes. Well, was dead.
What about the witness themselves? I'm sure Agony would listen to the witness.
I could ask.
Do you just need to pray, or do you have to go to the Shadow Plane?
I could just pray.
Okay. It would be appreciated. I don't think she should be left there any longer unchecked.
Roll a perception check.
38?
You hear him mumble,
May I have an audience with you, witness?
and about 30 seconds go by and nothing happens. Then another 30 seconds go by, and you see the witness rising out of the shadow of a tree.
Mr. Witness.
Mr. Witness!
What is it, Porter? Varian needs some assistance wrangling Agony, who is stuck in the ethereal plane. I tried to offer mine, but am unable. I see. Varian.
Yes.
Does this mean that you are putting more stock in our faith, seeking my help and the help of God?
Do you want your cute ass?
It's more that not really sure there's anyone else that could help in this situation with Agony, given her volatile personality. From the brief trip Porter and I just took in there, I can already see, even though it's been a short amount of time on the ethereal plane, that she's caused quite a bit of damage. And I don't know how well the city and everyone will fare if she continues to roam there unchecked.
I see. Well then, let's get on our way. Though I will warn you, you may see things that may be disturbing. I apologize.
I've seen a lot, I'm sure I'll be fine. You haven't died before, right?
I have.
Little sigh.
Well, hopefully it doesn't do to you what it did to Porter. I mean, Agony's died before, they've said, and they seem fine. So I'm not sure exactly how that will play out for you.
I'm sure it won't be pleasant.
Just let me know, and if it is, I can bring you back right away.
Varian will step towards the witness and place his hand on them.
Alright.
And I'll pull the witness with me into the ethereal plane.
Okie dokie. Clover.
Kenan is thrilled.
No.
Hi. I
Hi.
don't fucking trust you.
Clover. What to do with you? You find yourself floating in nothingness. It's just dark.
Just floating there.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
Still leagues better than my last dream. I'm not falling. I'm not.
Nope.
Clover is gonna inhale and close her eyes and imagine she's back with Fire Guy.
Nothing happens.
Hello?
No response.
She's gonna try and use her arms to, like, swim forward.
Alright, you can't tell if you're making any forward progress because there's nothing to base movement off of, as everything is just dark.
Okay, I'm gonna ignite my hand and look around.
Alright, you ignite your hand, and a second later it goes out.
Rest, Clover.
That's fucking terrifying.
Who are you?
No response. Roll a perception check.
27.
You see in the distance, you don't know how far, as they are quite large, and there's nothing really to base distance off of. 5 diamond-shaped nebulas rip into existence, and they seem to get the feeling like they're watching you.
Clover awkwardly waves.
You have 2 on either side and 1 in the upper middle.
Do they kind of look like stars?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this is what Grief was talking about. You're really beautiful.
You find all of your emotions are replaced with bliss.
Okay.
And again, you
Wee.
hear... you hear...
Rest, Clover.
Clover smiles and is feeling blissful with no worries. So she's going to just close her eyes and just float there. I imagined her spinning slightly.
Okay. Varian,
Yo.
as you and the witness appear in the ethereal plane, roll a perception check.
34.
You notice that the witness's garb is more form-fitting, and they are quite toned, and along either side of their mouth, going down either side of their body, there are stitches, and they don't have any eyes or nose.
Okay. Varian will look at them and go, "Are you okay?"
It is unpleasant, but I will be fine.
We should be quick. Varian will look towards the city.
Alright, it seems in the same general shape you last saw it in.
Do I see any active sounds of
Do you
movement
see
or
any
fighting?
active sounds?
So, do I see any active movement, or do I hear any sounds of mayhem?
You do hear the sounds of buildings not exploding. It's the wrong word.
It's my girl.
The sounds of buildings collapsing in on themselves. And some screams.
We should hurry. Varian will start making his way towards the water.
The witness follows.
Does the bridge appear once I get close enough?
It sure does.
He's going to take a deep breath and then quickly make his way onto the bridge and towards the general mayhem that the Talus is causing.
Alright, you and the witness start crossing the bridge, heading towards the city.
Yeah.
Anyone there?
Fuck. Alright. Thanks everyone so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as I enjoyed having Varian go back home.
We have social media. Check us out at Toppler on Facebook and Instagram, and at Totercast on Twitter and Blue Sky. We also have a TikTok at Toter Podcast. Follow us in all the places and say hello.
Shout out to our Vessel and Witness tier patrons, Ray, Jermaine, and Grayson. You guys are amazing.
Thanks, guys. Shout out to our Apostle tier patrons, Ray, the Apostle of Scorn,
Grayson, the Apostle of Joy.
Art MK, the Apostle of Compassion.
Alyssa, the Apostle of Rage,
Jem, the Apostle of Curiosity.
Bluebird, the Apostle of Awkwardness.
Namis, the Apostle of Bitterness,
Gabe, the Apostle of Anticipation.
And Kobe Beef, the Apostle of Bewilderment.
If you would like to support us on Patreon, monetarily, or just make our day, do come and join us on patreon.com/top of the round.
We also have a Discord, and you can find a link to that in the show notes below. So do that. come and join us and theorize.
Yeah, and tell us how, if you were in Varian's position right now, how you would talk Talus down and try and get her back to the material plane before she destroys everything.
Good luck. Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.